the Holman Standard Christian Bible calls it, I know the plans. The Amplified version says this, I know the thoughts and the plans. Now understand that he has a plan for you too. You understand? He chose the 12 because they were part of his plan. What does that mean? He chose us. Why? Because we are going to be a part of that plan. And when we look to this, I think it's so important to say, you know what? Okay, what is that plan? What is this whole thing that you have for us? Now, the Spirit reveals the process and the plan of election. What happens is this. Jesus in our text sovereignly chooses the 12. We know that. We're not denying that. He goes and he chooses the 12. But I want to back it up for just a second. And I want to show you what precedes him choosing the 12. If you back it up to Mark chapter 1, and you go to verses 16 through 20, it declares this, and as he walked by the sea, he saw Simon and Andrew and his brother casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. Now note what Jesus does. This is before chapter 3, before he chooses the 12. He sees them fishing, and he does this in verse 17. Jesus said to them, follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men. And immediately he goes, he says, I'm giving you an invitation. I'm giving you an invitation. And what did they do? They receive the invitation. They accept it. They choose to accept the invitation. I'm following you, and then God says, now I'm sovereignly going to call you into something. Well, what's first? Is he choosing? Are they choosing? Who's doing what here? Well, understand that God is trying to teach us something, a balance in Scripture. Now, after he goes to, as he goes to Andrew and Simon, and he says to them, verse 17, follow me. Verse 18, they immediately left their nets and followed him. Verse 19, when he got a little further from there, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother. They also were in a boat mending their nets, and immediately he called them, and what? And they left their nets. They left their father in the boat with the hired servants, and they went after him. And just in case that begins to just really say, man, just imagine what God is doing. Take a look at this. In Mark chapter 2, verse 14, we covered this before, but it says this, then he passed by and he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax office, and he said to him, follow me. God gives him an invitation. And notice what Levi does. So he arose and he followed him. He received the invitation. Now here's the question. What's going on here? Did God elect them or did they choose? What's going on here? Well, understand that there's a pattern that God begins to do through Scripture. And as we look to this whole thing about what is really going on, is God sovereignly choosing, or is there a choice that we have? Is there, who is the one who's choosing? Who is the one who's sovereign? I think it's important is this. An invitation requires a choice. An invitation requires a choice.